Hello, friends and lovers. Welcome back to Hades 2. It's time for Aspect of Soupai. I'll never get used to it. Soupai all the day is what I'm going to say. Forgive my voice. It probably sounds really croaky and weird, possibly even cool. Maybe. I am mildly under the weather. I actually feel better now than I did in probably the past few videos. But I don't know. This is kind of just what happens. Your voice goes like after the fact a little bit. At least a little bit. But I don't know. Maybe this will be kind of sexy. Oh, okay. So we got Soupai. So it's gonna be about dashing, probably. Howling Soul for the start. Probably just travel deal nice and early on here. And unfortunately, going Chamber 1 without getting like anything is a bit annoying, but what can you do? What can you do? Oh, no. I'm gonna go out a limb and say we do not want Aphrodite's dash with this. I have tried it, and I'm totally willing to try some new and different things here. But it has not served me well in the past. It's only common too. I might try the special. The base damage of both the attack and the special are pretty bad though. I see Zeus, so Thunder Rush could be an option. Hestia is a decent option too, and that's kind of it because Apollo doesn't really work. So yeah, so Zeus is a good option for this aspect for many slots, whether it be the attack, the special if it wasn't already filled, or maybe even a swap. Very nice there. The dash, the cast, like, it all works quite well. Unfortunately, these are all actually, well, Static Shock is still, like, quite a good boon, right? We don't really plan to use magic here. The swap is interesting. It is interesting, but I don't think I'm gonna take it. So now I'm kind of hoping for the Hestia sprint, probably, if anything, or we're gonna have to, like, hold out. It's hard to say there. I think I like Static Shock better than the special in this circumstance, though. Hestia still has, like, a lot of her slots are still good, too. Like, her attack is still decent, right? In this situation. Her cast is fine, too. Or or maybe even good. This might end up being, like, a Static Shock run, though, maybe. Oh, my God. You know, I don't want it to be a slow cooker run. I really don't. But the others just don't do anything, you know? I mean, you could make a claim for cardio game, but I don't really plan to be spamming out Omegas. This could actually be kind of interesting, because I don't know if I've done slow cooker, at least with this aspect in particular, to up the base damage. We also have Aphrodite's special, which has a 200% bonus, which is pretty solid. So Hestia has more fire boons. I think we skip Medea in this circumstance. There's also Apollo, whose boons are probably less than optimal, but he does have fire stuff, right? I almost gotta look real quick at what Apollo's fire boons are, maybe? Solar Ring. We can't take Blinding Rush, so his cast will work. Alright, I'm gonna take him first and pray that we get offered the cast here then, I'm thinking. Mostly. Okay, Flutter Flourish doing some work right now. We got Blinding Rush, yeah, that's no good. Not self-healing then. Of course, that's the epic we get offered. The epic dash we get offered finally, right? I don't know if the special's like too far away when I use an Omega here or not. I can't really tell. I know so many of my runs, I'm very aware, many of my runs feature slow cooker. But I mean, legitimately not my fault. It often ends up being, well, I guess not often, but it shouldn't be often, but I guess lately it's just ended up being like one of the better things. Wow, I just cannot get any core boons, but this is still kind of fine, mostly because of Static Shock, right? I mean, I guess the special's doing something too, right? It do be doing something out here. Watching the deeps of me does. It's snowed a truckload here in the northeast of the U.S. Oh my God, it has been a nightmare, let me tell you. Nightmare. We have a long driveway, so we got a snowblower going on. Afro doesn't have fire. I could potentially take her attack and really double down on the slow cookerness of this, right? I'm already out of magic, as you do. Let's get this out of here, shall we? Whoa. All right. Nice thing about Supai is the fact that you can kind of just focus on dodging. And unless you're trying to really eke out a ton of Omegas, that's not a big deal, you know? We haven't had a storm like this around these parts. In a dog's age. Wow. Well then. They just do not want to give me the things that I hope for. Slow cooker upgraded. I guess I would take Afro's cast now. I'm tempted to take the hammer, but I might just wait on it and take more boons. This way we could potentially get origination at a minimum, right? Glamour gain is fine actually here too. Yeah, glamour gain would be fine. I'm trying to think of anything else. Static shock. There's also, I guess you could consider something goofy like air quality, given the static shock business. Oh my god. It's just... Right, I'll take Shameless Attitude, I guess. What is going on? Supai is a strong aspect, though. I don't know if it's really that big of a concern, right? Maybe we just made the right choices, I don't know, but... Okay, now we're donezo. The hammer will come back, almost certainly. We bought, like, I think a little bit of max health. Let's see if we can get some fire off of him. Nope. We're winding up with a good amount of wind, though. I guess I'll fill in Lucid Gain now. Did not take Blinding Rush, as you can imagine. So now air quality could be considered. Oh, so Thunder Rush is here. I don't have origination. Might get a bit difficult to get it too at this rate. But it is a dash boon at the minimum. It's pretty good overall. It's quite good. It's one of the better ones here, I'd say, for this aspect. No origination for us. I didn't really go too hard, or rather, it was kind of difficult to go too hard on any one theming here, right? Oh, I got lucky for that, I will say. Send him back. Use an Omega special. I don't even know if the base damage is much higher. I'm kind of curious what the damage is here. I would guess it's still going to be mostly static shock. Good night. Scorch is actually on top. Okay, yeah, I guess that's not too surprising. Thunder Rush, then static shock. Okay, yeah, Thunder Rush, of course. Okay. Calling card. Can't expedite that, unfortunately. Can use some cash, perhaps. Moving on. Some cash. An aspect like this really allows you to, especially with Jewel Palm, allows you to focus on specific things, namely boons, maybe max health, because you don't need to shoot for magic. And you don't need palms if you're using Jewel Palm already, really. That's one of the big things here. Yeah, I'd take, I'd probably take, air quality here. I mean, I think it only affects static shock. Oh, it might technically affect Thunder Rush, but only by the tiniest amount, probably. Static shock, Thunder Rush. I mean, it is interesting, right? Whether or not I should do it, I don't know. Do I have 4 gods? We have Hestia, Afro, Zeus, Apollo. Yes, I do. So it's hard to get other effects like Arctic Gale that would get affected by air quality. But Thunder Rush is actually probably technically affected for now, and these other boons actually aren't crazy. I also want to make sure we don't take his cast probably, because origination is going to be very difficult if I do. All right. Air quality run, I suppose. So I might have to swap. I know they offered me to swap a couple times already. I kind of can't take Storm Ring now, right? Yeah, for reasons already discussed. And Power Surge is bad. Divine Vengeance is not great. I'm not going to rarefy it. Hestia. Yeah, she has some Scorch-related things probably that we could think about. Now, air quality does not affect Scorch. I guess it's time, since I actually took air quality and it's doing something, that we kind of discuss how does air quality work. It says it sets the minimum damage for anything to 50. What you need to understand, though, is that That check for if something is 50 damage or not happens at the very end of all other damage calculations. So if you're using strength and you have origination as well already, 2, it's gonna check. It's gonna do all that first. So it's gonna add the 20% from strength, the 50% from origination. Let's say you have, I don't know, rallying cry, shameless attitude, which we do have, right? It's gonna add a perfect image. It's gonna add all that first. And then if it's still under 50 damage, then it's going to crank it to 50. So in other words, even Static Shock being at 20, it's probably close to 50 already, sadly. We don't want the cast. Flash Fry is okay. I think it's flammable, though. I think I'd rather have flammable. Slow Cooker does go up here. We need a lot of... I suspect that we need a lot of power to make the attack and special really do something here with Slow Cooker. It's still just solo, and it doesn't even hit that rapidly either is the other problem. Usually the low base damage stuff hits quite rapidly. Oh, that's bad. More Zeus, huh? Storm Ring is back. Deals more damage, bounce up to 3 times. So that plus 40% is probably useless, as you can imagine then. So I think we actually take double strike then. Because I don't think I can make Static Shock really go above the 50 threshold, at least not easily. We take double strike mostly for the dash, and technically Divine Vengeance. I guess I take Selene here. So double strike does not affect Static Shock. It will affect Thunder Rush, it will affect Blitz, it will affect Divine Vengeance, it will affect Power Surge. Guess I'll take that. It will affect Storm Ring. I already said Thunder Rush, right? Chain Lightning is different from Lightning Bolts, basically. It's probably the easiest way to understand it. So I guess to clarify, I don't really think air quality is a bad boon, but it's not commonly useful, right? Just not as common as I think some people think. Hidden Helix. Yes. That's actually pretty cool, right? Wispy Wiles would be kind of cool. That's expensive, and we have a decent amount of max health already. Cersei. Alright, so Hidden Helix would be good for our quote-unquote special build with Slow Cooker or Fire. It does something. An inactive Arcana. Or 2 active Arcana, I'll do that. Persistence and Swift Runner. Persistence is max health, max magic. Swift Runner is a little bit of move speed, so basically nothing. Whee! Hidden Helix also helps with Static Shock here at the same time, too. Ooh, you got me. Hello? Alright, so her cast would finally allow us to get Origination, which would bump up everything but Static Shock in some ways, based on the whole air quality thing, most likely. Don't need to rarefy it. God, we have so much wind. Wispy Wiles would be interesting. I don't think we rarefy it, at least. Don't have a lot of money here, but that's okay. More Zeus. Wow. Can't afford the second boom, but I think I buy it. Electric Overload's back. I guess the +3 bounces is pretty good. You won't want to bother swapping that. So, I don't know, maybe that pushes Static Shock up high enough, because we got 50% from that, 20% from Strength, so that's 70. Another 50 from Origination now, so that's 120. Perfect Image, let's say it's on, that's 148. Where's Shameless Attitude? Let's say that's at double, so 18. 18 plus 148 equals 166, is that correct? So 166 more, 166% more damage. That practically brings it to 50 on the dot. I might have missed something there too. Not sure though. It's somewhere around that.
It's the nightly special.
Yeah, I think it's still hitting for 50 a good portion of the time. It might be actually slightly above now. So that's the thing, like electric overload might normally be good if we didn't have air quality, but now relative to already having air quality, it makes it kind of worse in some ways, right? Air quality is best for like a really crappy static shock, level 1 common, right? But then you don't want to pump things into it. Palming it would do literally nothing in that circumstance. So in other words, if you want a good static shock run, you shouldn't do air quality. You know what I mean? Because then you're really limiting yourself. Or rather, it's kind of a waste of boon if you do take it. Oh man, I got hit by everything. I know, I got a lot to say about air quality. This is one of the better scenarios probably for it. But then you kind of need other things to get affected. It could be the attack and the special are actually being affected by it too. It's a little hard to tell, though. It could be because the base damage is really low on the attack and special normally. I am actually quite low on cash. I think I'll take a timepiece then. No Hermes for me. Given I got travel deal so early, I may have... It could be I should have taken timepiece earlier. We're gonna recycle this. For zone 2 or something, right? Hey now. Hey now. Whee! It is fun though. Yeah, something like Arctic Gale, Frigid Rush. Very cool with it. We'll just recycle this again and get more money than taking the regular cash. Make use out of timepiece. Olympic slam, top of the charts. That's from jumping down onto the enemies, which like instant kills most things. Is this icky? It is. Eris could give us some palms on stuff. Hey now, buddy. Hey now, buddy. Okay. Ooh, recycle. Can we recycle Icarus too, just for fun? I haven't been paying attention to the hacks, I won't lie. Your Omega moves also deal 50 damage in an area around foes that they hit, but use plus 10 magic. Well, it's the most interesting one. Wait, does that work? Dionysus, huh? You can't get... Wait, is that kind of interesting? With that one terrible, like, one terrible boon he normally has? It might be kind of interesting. We'll see. Is he offering it? He's not offering it, I'm afraid. Like Hangover the first time they strike foes. It's still kind of okay. Is it truly the best, though? I wonder how the grape juice works with a few of our moves here. Since you never really use the regular attack or special, I suspect it's bad then, right? I actually don't think Drunken Stupor is particularly good, though, either, honestly. But it is kind of funny. Alright, we can get more fire. There's still, like, pyrotechnique, potentially. My health is kind of dwindling here, so... be more careful. Whee! Wow, Hangover! Absolutely popping. Was I wrong? Was I wrong? Perhaps I was wrong? Oh my. Do I have to read Hangover again? We definitely want to take Hestia. We do not want to recycle it. Snuffed candle, and we'll rarefy it. Slow cooker got upgraded. Your Omega moves inflict Hangover the first time to strike foes. Hangover damage is 125 every 0.5 seconds. Now, Hangover may actually be being affected by... I'm gonna recycle this. Air quality. There's some boons out there, and I don't know if this is the case or not, to be clear. I am not sure. But there's some boons that claim they deal a certain amount of damage like every so often. It might only be one that I'm actually personally aware of, but for instance, Meat Grinder says it does a certain amount of damage every X amount of time, but it actually deals less damage much more rapidly, and thus gets affected by air quality. much more than you think. I have no more rarefies. Give me more fire-related things, I think. In other words, Meat Grinder gets kind of like secretly better affected by air quality. It doesn't make it a great boom, but wow, look at that. Whoa, I can't tell. I'm gonna have to like watch the damage or something. Potty. Sure. I think we might have an Artificer left. If not, I should. It's kind of hard to tell because there's just so much damage going around. I do have to actually use my Omega special too. Okay, let's use our transform. Nice hammer. Yeah, those aren't great. I guess demonic cell. Or maybe it's something like dividing blaze to get more Scorch. I don't know, actually. Give me demonic cell. More power is just kind of more funny. We have travel deal. Let's go this way. Oh, this actually turned out kind of cool then. Can we all agree? More fire. Pyrotechnique does work. I wasn't watching for explosive intent. Did I say pyrotechnique? I meant controlled burn. I might not actually want pyrotechnique because I want to keep Scorch on the enemies to make sure that they stay stick with origination. I don't know if Hangover actually counts as a curse. It says curse, but the game's kind of weird about the curse system. Here's Hermes now. Winner's Circle. It's okay. Not that big of a deal, honestly. Probably just gonna take Racing Thoughts. Don't need the health, don't need the magic. Maybe I need the magic. What'd I take? Control burn. I mean, I have so much money now, I think you do take it. Okay, wow. Yeah, this is actually cool. I'd never seen Hangover do this much, honestly, so it's got me interested. I don't know if it's just because it's a rare occasion that I've actually rarefied it. Now, it might be bad for bosses, though, because it says the first time an Omega move hits an enemy. Okay. Bottom, bottom, top. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, we actually staggered Prometheus with that. Yo! The Omega special on the top. Top, middle, top, bottom, middle. Ooh, that was close. We got him. Lovely. And I totally whiffed with that. Okay, but how are you doing so many moves at once? Woo! Omega special the most. Hangover did not do anywhere near as much this time, interestingly. Huh. So it's only when you first go in the rooms. I guess when you have like a lot of enemies. Oh, this is actually bizarre. First time they strike foes. So am I not continuously applying Hangover? Is it kind of like as soon as they get hit by one Omega move, the rest of the chamber, they can't get Hangover again? I'm not sure, really. Scorch doing second most, Thunder Rush, Flame Strike, Explosive Intent. So Slow Cooker did end up paying off eventually. Took some time. Another hammer?
Very well.
Clean Coil. It makes the Omega special a little bit easier to get out.
Express shipping, please.
Let's grab this. Wispy Wilds would be kind of cool. Nervous Wreck. Yeah, it's actually quite good here. Yeah. I'll take it. Why, thank you. I guess I'll take this because I have so much money. Okay. Wow. This is quite different. Or rather, maybe it's not that different, but yeah, this is like a true curse build kind of thing. Now, right? We even have Hangover. Get that gold pot. Missy. Missy. Okay. Oh, buddy. Okay. It's kind of too... Oh, my God. The camera shifting there. Hangover, yeah. Hangover does quite well against either groups and or just the beginning of chambers. Maybe both. Interesting. I guess just more Zeus stuff. What else could he give us, though? Either way. Might be able to give a shocking loss, actually. So we might be applying blitz to enemies because of Nervous Wreck now. However. Woo, baby. Wow. Zeus doesn't know we're applying blitz from on occasion. So it can't give us things like Arc Flash, I don't think. Hangover on the top again. Wow. Wow. I'll never stop saying wow. Ooh. Ooh. If I have highly flammable, I'd lose a fire boom by that swap, which I don't like. I guess I should have recycled that in reality. Power Surge is really bad. Ow. Oh, God. Oh, God. Can't imagine I need this money, but here we are. You know, sometimes you just don't know what's hitting you. I see Explosive Intent on there a little bit. It's just not that much damage per Omega hit at the end of the day. So Zeus, I don't think has anything left. Maybe, I don't think he can actually give us the legendary. I could recycle whatever we get here. Damn, I was hoping for more. I don't know, actually. Okay, buddy. Okay. I need to stop getting hit. I said that I can focus on dodging, but that's not what I'm doing. I'll admit. I'm like min-max and running around him in clockwise fashion or whatever. Mega special on top. I don't think we really need more money. So I'll take 3% more on perfect image, I guess. Huh. I don't think I've ever had a Supai run where something like the Omega Special did the most damage. Okay, so just recycle this now. Oh, am I gonna anvil? I think we're gonna anvil, baby. Wait, what's that do? Charges up. Plus 100 power.
Your path has led to Hestia.
Demonic Cell lost, Whirling Helix, and a Dividing Blaze gained. Okay. More Afro. Wispy Wiles now, please? Wow, I cannot get Wispy Wiles. I have 12 wind, dude. Okay. I don't think I need Spiritual Affirmation. So is it just more damage, or do I want to actually make an attempt at damage reduction? Although that's, no, wind and water, it doesn't really matter. I think we just take the damage. I don't think we need the safety. What do you think? I hope not. So I lost 5 power on the Omega Special, which is a little bad, right? But Whirling Helix might have made it worth it. Whirling Helix makes the special just twirl faster around Mel. So it might have been worth it. He's already over. Lovely. Meow. Okay, that's fine. Hangover is up there, right? Granddaughter. Okay, he's already over again. Whoa! I had armor, but felt a little close. Use the Hex. Oh, it's like the worst possible set of moves here. Woo! I was gonna say, where are those tentacles coming? When are they coming, rather? Baby! 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 Look at all the different damage types. Hangover actually pulled its weight, you know, it peaked in some rooms. Not quite as good against bosses. Even Explosive Intent was pretty good for like a single boon, right? Whereas Static Shock kind of like, we buffed it in several different ways. Oh, whoops, I forgot. I pretty much forgot about this part. And I went to charge in. Ow, 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 ow. We might do the slam. Tips for that phase, I think you kind of ignore the balls if you can spare the health and you just focus on avoiding Typhon. Hit him with everything. Say goodnight, sweet prince. All right. It was neat to see Hangover doing something. I can't tell if it was actually anything to do with their quality or not. Possibly not. It could just be it's kind of like okay, right? Oh, it didn't hit the meters though. The top of the meters. Chain Lightning was actually on top since it did so much early on. The Omega Special took over later on and was catching up, I think. Thunder Rush did better than I guessed. Yeah, I mean, it was just a very even split, I'd say, down the line here. But that was a cool run. So what... Is this an air quality run? Is this a Hangover run? I don't know. I like the idea of the Hangover. I don't think I've ever highlighted that before. We even have Nervous Wreck, you know, doing something. Static Shock. Where's air quality? Let me get that bad boy on here. I mean, just cool, honestly. Just cool all around. I thought that was a really fun run, yeah. We got to try some different things here. I enjoyed it a lot, and I didn't even get a title for it. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully, I'll feel better by the next video, or at least my voice will feel better. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see ya in another video.